Now that everyone's here, I'll tell you what I saw. Underneath this fortress, there is a hatchery that breeds Vulgus soldiers. It's known as the Pool of Life. It's a disgusting Vulgus facility with many horrible uses. During strategy discussions with the medical corps, someone once raised the idea of researching the scope of the Vulgus military forces and their estimated losses, as well as how they went about replenishing their forces. The prevailing opinion among the Corps was that since the majority of the Vulgus legions are organic beings, excluding the Legion of Immortality, they would be limited in the number of units they could mobilize. But Captain Glay had a different theory. She thought that as long as the Vulgus had a supply of DNA organic matter, it would be possible for them to create as many organic Vulgus as they wanted. I genuinely hope her theory is incorrect. But the composition of the organic matter we found is a perfect match for the DNA we previously extracted from Vulgus samples. And the cargo boxes filled with this organic matter are connected to the underground. There's a steady flow of them. I believe my medical corps members must have learned that there was a Vulgus hatchery here, and attempted to investigate. Regardless, it could be incredibly dangerous down there. And it'd be a waste of resources if you get dragged into this because of my selfish interests. Investigating on my own should be sufficient. It would be best for the rest of you to return to Albion.
There you go again, trying to act all cool and tough. You're more like a piece of paper, easy to blow away. Those aren't selfish reasons. They're called the bonds of friendship. We all understand that. We'll let you take the lead, but when we go back together, including the members of the medical corps.
She really is stubborn.
We should get moving, Dr. Han.
Water will guide us. But before we go, does something feel strange to you? The Order of Truth, one of the main pillars of the Vulgus army, is under attack. Why haven't any of the other legions shown up to defend it? No matter how far this place is from the other Legion-occupied zones, it's highly suspicious there hasn't been any support. Do you think it's because of the solid defense line our forces built? Although we've deployed a lot of troops to guard the Ironheart, the enemy hasn't taken the opportunity to launch any counterattacks. And we still haven't figured out why the number of Vulgus forces have dropped so rapidly. If they have a hatchery, shouldn't their troops be increasing? Oh, this is giving me a bad feeling in so many ways. It feels like the inside of my suit is boiling. I hope nothing has happened to the medical corps members.
Mina? Ash? This is Medical Corps Captain Eugen. Please respond. Biz, Ribbon, Jay, please respond.
Let's look for them, Eugen. First, let's investigate if there's anything suspicious about the movements of the Vulgus forces.
Communications are impossible here.
This is Eckert. There is a way. If you go deeper in, communications can be relayed through your receipt.
We have to hurry, Descendant. Temperature inside the facility is rising.
Mother!
Connecting to the comms channel. We're getting too much interference from something noisy nearby. Some kind of energy from the Vulgus is interfering with our comms.
Picked up a strong signal. It looks like this is what's jamming communications.
All interference has now been cleared. Initiating broadcast of communications through the Descendant's seed.
Captain! Captain! I don't want to die like this!
Riven, where are you? How about the others?
We're all together. All together.
I'm on my way. Hang in there.
Damn it. There's something even bigger underneath the hatchery. Interference has cleared up, and I've located the last comms from the team. There's a very strong Vulgus signal coming from that direction. Damn it. I refuse to let them die in a place like this. They mean too much to me. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. I need your help. My people, can you help me rescue them?
It's not about can or cannot. It's a must-do. We promised we'd all return together, remember?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep that promise. No matter what.
It's too dangerous! They're already... Please save me! Help me! Snap out! Oh, that hurt like hell!
HQ, reporting results of the operation. We've confirmed evidence of large-scale Vulgus production at the Order of Truth's main base. Production scale is approximately 20 times larger than Albion's total forces. Also, missing medical corps members. All members confirmed to be KIA.
Eugen, comms are unstable, but we have received your report. Please quickly return to Albion. Looks like those forces are already on the move. Corell's fleet has arrived.
Feast your eyes upon the road that will lead us home. The time has come. We shall terminate the Descendant's tranquility and end my conquest. Remember your final destination. Capture the remaining prime hands. All our parts are within range. When the three parts converge into one, my conquest will be complete. Raise your weapons. Drown the enemy in fear. My power will lead you to victory. Kill the Descendants. Kill them all! Kill them all! Take them out! Kill them all! Kill the Descendants! Kill them! Load the iron heart onto the ship. Time to go.
This is HQ. All zones in Albion are now on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready, please assemble at HQ.
I was lost in thought. I did wonder where all the manufactured Vulgus went, but I never expected them to be battle-ready this quickly. No matter how solid our defense line is at the White Knight Gulch, against a force that large, we won't be able to protect the Ironheart. And because they've divided their forces, Albion is under threat as well. This is why the Vulgus pulled their forces back from the White Knight Gulch. To make us lower our guard, and to lure us into the White Knight Gulch with the Ironheart. We should head back to HQ. I'll take Dr. Han to the medical corps. Don't worry, I don't need any help. When I got him on his feet earlier, he wasn't heavy. He really is just like paper. I could probably carry him around. He's so light. Did you know that Eugen can't use his Arche abilities on himself? He sacrifices so much for his teammates, and he can't even heal his own heart. I feel so bad for him. But I know he'll be fine. He has you and me, after all. His partners in arms. Don't worry about him. Let's head back. I'll see you soon. That's a promise.
This is HQ. Again, all zones in Albion are on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready should meet at HQ.
We also need descendants in the Void Zone. Classification type, Pyramid. This is a very stubborn Colossus.
Descendants, Corell's fleet has begun its approach. The predicted attack targets are the White Knight Gulch, where the Ironheart is located, and Albion. HQ's predictions of the numbers of remaining Vulgus forces have been completely inaccurate. To mass-produce that many troops so quickly. Corell lured us into a false sense of victory, then used that to bring the Ironheart into the Vulgus' orbit. Also, after the phenomenon of the light beams near the Hagios, the dimensional wall has been weakening at an alarming speed. The closure of the dimensional wall and this diametrically opposite phenomenon. This might be due to the inversion that Corell spoke of. We're already seeing the Colossi being affected. Descendants, for now, please prepare for an intercept battle. According to Seneca's report, the pyromaniac Colossi are approaching Ingress. This truly is the worst-case scenario. First Corell's fleet, and now the Colossi?
Do you think we'll ever see the day?
That strategic planning is easy? The intercept of the pyromaniac has been confirmed. Job well done, Descendant. However, given the current state of the dimensional wall, we do not know what Colossus will surface the next time, or when. Humankind must choose whether to engage in an all-out pointless war against Corell's great army, or face equally immense Colossi, which will appear as soon as the dimensional wall disappears. Strategy, tactics, troop numbers. We are at an overwhelming disadvantage in all aspects. If things continue like this, humanity really will.
We can't give up yet, Nell. We have one final option.
Alpha?
There isn't much time. We have to hurry. As all of you know, the situation we find ourselves in seems pretty dire. Due to my lack of sound judgment, I fell for Corell's trap. The Ironheart, which I considered to be our only hope, turned out not to be the key to our salvation after all. If we had used the Ironheart in Albion as I stubbornly insisted, I dread to think what would have happened. This situation is one I created. I am solely to blame. Yes, I am the Descendant who was always defeated. That is likely why I was never able to link with the Guide. I should never have become Commander. However, if there was someone who could heed the true calling of the Descendants, then I would let go of everything I have believed in up until now, and put my trust in them. Everyone, I am ordering the destruction of the Ironheart. I will deal with the Magisters. I believe they wouldn't be able to survive without us anyway. Descendants, you need to work with the Guide and carry out any and all necessary operations to destroy the Ironheart. No need to wait for approval from HQ. Just make sure you are as victorious in this as you always are.
Isn't that great?
I'm sure that you will be, as you always have been. I place my trust in you, Descendant. Command, we must move quickly. We need to support the Descendants and stop the Vulgus at all costs.
Descendants, I have heard Alpha's message. I am sorry I'm unable to directly communicate with him. Come with me, Descendants. It is our turn now. Descendants, we are close to achieving our true target. However, as Alpha said, the situation is dire. We must hurry. First, it would be wise to move the Ironheart in the White Knight Gulch to Albion. Albion has put in place defensive measures to counter Vulgus battleships. We should also be able to access the energy required to destroy the Ironheart. But we need an immense amount of RK to detach an Ironheart which is linked to a Prime Hands. For this reason, most of the Descendants must be sent to aid the detachment. For you, however, I have a different request. Descendant, come with me to where the phenomenon known as the Pillar of Light occurred. When that Pillar of Light took effect, as well as the energy of the Ironheart, I felt a familiar kind of pain, as if my skin was peeling and my flesh was melting. There must be an inverted Ironheart there. Corel would have connected it to a Prime Hands in order to collapse the dimensional wall. We must stop this before the dimensional wall is completely destroyed. We must retrieve the inverted Ironheart. If we fail to do so, even if the Ironheart is immediately moved to Albion, countless colossi will appear throughout Ingress. However, if we take back the inverted Ironheart, the destruction of the dimensional wall will be stopped, and Corel's advance will be delayed. I will deliver the mission to detach the Ironheart to the other Descendants. Please go now, to the place where the Pillar of Light was. I will meet you there, Descendant.
Guide, this is Jaber. I've been dispatched to the Hagios. I'm investigating intel that Amon, the General of the Legion of Immortality, was recently here. I don't think Amon appearing at this point in time is a coincidence. I'm sure it's related to this incident.
That is indeed unusual. I'll join you there, Jaber.
This is Jaber. I have clear reception.
Mind if we skip the pleasantries, since we're short on time? If what the Guide says is true, in order to retrieve the Ironheart that's here, there's something we have to understand first. The entry device to the Hagios Prime Hands was destroyed a long time ago, and neither we nor the Vulgus could gain entry. But now they've just sauntered in there and connected the Ironheart to the Prime Hands. I think this whole thing has something to do with this intel on Amon. Here.
This is Zachary of the 22nd Recon Squad. A surveillance drone in the Hagios corrupted zone has tracked the movements of the high-ranking Vulgus, Amon. We're unable to access the data remotely due to our signal being jammed. The surveillance drone needs to be retrieved for the data to be confirmed. Our recon squad has been scattered by a Vulgus attack. Requesting backup.
This communication was received by HQ a few hours ago. Not long after, a pillar of light appeared in Hagios, and Corell's fleet began to move. I think Eamon found something in the corrupted zone that allowed them to enter the ruins. Looks like we need to find Eamon before we can get the Ironheart. Don't you think I'm the best person for that job? With my RK ability? The other Descendants can help with the mission to detach the Ironheart.
No, Jabber. We all need to go together. You should focus on your capabilities, while we handle the battle missions. It would be wise to gather intel on the nearby area first. We will need the recon squad's help to establish Eamon's location.
Oh, well, this suddenly turned into a cooperative mission. Well, I guess it should be fine, so long as I don't have to work with loud people like Blair or Luna.
I'm listening. The records have been restored. Let's see. It seems that your parents were instrumental in recovering the relic of the ancestors. But the records don't specify the location from where their last transmission was sent. That will make it difficult to trace. It won't be easy. But yes, I think there is a way. I've been working on a piece of technology that amplifies and traces specific communications frequencies. This is a good opportunity to test it. I've built a prototype. We may be able to use it to trace the coordinates of the last transmission. However, the device won't last long because it tends to overheat. I'll need to find a fix for that at some point, but we can test it with components from a Colossus. Specifically, I'll need some components with heat-resistant properties. Bring me a communications component from a pyromaniac.
No, stand by. According to the data captured by the drone, Eamon's most recent destination was a naturally formed cave. It doesn't seem to have any tactical value. That being said, there's a high number of Vulgus troops going in and out of the cave. Construction materials and heavy equipment. There's a lot of high-tech equipment being brought in too. They wouldn't be there without a reason. We need to initiate a search operation now. Could you handle the cave? I'll seal off the entrance to stop the enemy getting reinforcements, or retreating. Zachary will cover us from enemy snipers with a scout rifle. We don't have much time. Let's move.
Descendants, there's a few important things to keep in mind for this operation. And I have a personal favor to ask of you as well.
Recon squad, reporting. When you get near to the cave, be on guard for the commander-level Vulgus who is stationed there. He's a cyborg Vulgus called Keldir. He's part of a specialized sniper unit that uses anti-matter ammunition. I managed to damage his visual sensors last time I engaged him. But he can still use his auxiliary sensors and sound functions to launch deadly attacks. Fighting him could be a challenge, even for a Descendant. And as for my personal request, well, if you do run into Keldir, I'd like to be the one to finish him. I lost a lot of good men to that piece of crap Vulgus. If I'm not the one to take him out, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
Zachary, emotional soldiers are no use in a war.
Are you telling me not to avenge my men?
No. If you're gonna do it, just make sure you're smart about it. We'll give you all the support you need, so don't be a hero about it. Whether it's the head or the heart of that Vulgus. We'll get you what you need.
Understood.
What's the status of the Hagios operation? We haven't received any comms. We were getting worried. What did you say? The recon squad's communication was sent 48 hours ago? That doesn't make any sense. How have the Vulgus developed advanced tech warfare capabilities? Run the details by me again, please? Alright, so Eamon was excavating a phase shift gate in the hidden ruins, and he discovered that the damaged device emitted quantum waves which acted as jamming signals. I see. I understand that he would have taken advantage of such an opportunity. It seems luck is not on our side. If we'd received this report sooner, we could have acted on the information. But at least we have some useful intel, even if it didn't reach us at the right time. If we can find the excavated phase shift gate, we'll still be able to achieve our goal. I'm more concerned with the operation at the White Knight Gulch. It's taking longer to detach the Ironheart than we expected. At this rate, it may not be completed by the time Corell's fleet arrives. We've already had reports of Vulgus forces appearing near to the gulch. We're running out of time. I wish there was some way that we could turn things around. We'll just have to do the best we can on both fronts for now. Please continue with the operation.
Wait, are comms back up? Is this Jaber's received signal?
Blair, why are you in the Hagios?
It is you, turret boy. It's nice to hear your voice. Have you eaten? What would happen to me? Well, it's a long story. There was the Vulgus forward base and these weird cargo trucks. I ran into all sorts of things. While all that was happening, comms were down and the guide was nowhere to be seen. There were a lot of enemies and that weird beam of light phenomenon. Everything was nuts.
The gist. Give me the gist. Vulgus base, cargo trucks. Actually, just send your current location. I should hear this in person.
Well, sounds good to me. I'll send you the coordinates. You send me updates on what's been going on at your end.
I've been waiting. Come on in. Have you eaten? Damn. Jaber sent me the sit rep. Things have really hit the fan. Oh, you asked why I was here. I heard the scouts were having a difficult time of it, so I snuck in to make them a warm meal. A kind of surprise event. But the real surprise was prepared by Corell. God damn it! He seems like someone with no table manners. So no change there. Anyway, the Vulgus passed through this way not long ago with a convoy of cargo trucks loaded up with a ton of stuff. When I tracked the convoy with the scouts, we found some kind of Vulgus forward base. It looked like it had been built in a hurry, but the security was no joke. What's worse, there was a commander-level Vulgus with heavy armor and high-powered weapons. He chased us, the bastard, and when we called for backup, there was no response. We ended up fighting for several days while being totally surrounded when suddenly a beam of light appeared from somewhere near the ruins. Maybe that fat-ass commander was also distracted by the beam of light because he stopped attacking and we were able to retreat. Just. By the time we managed to regroup, the only ones of us left were Dominic here and me. Had I known what would happen, I would have brought my friends more than just a meal. It was their last supper, in the end. Which is why, if you're going to that Vulgus forward base now, you need to let Dominic and me tag along. They flipped the table in front of the chef, and it's time to teach them some real table manners. Also, if you want to prevent them from getting the Ironheart, you're gonna need more people. Dominic will show you the way to the forward base. Let's head there and turn up the heat.
Why do more and more people keep getting involved?